Well, welcome back to Just Drive It. We got a car. We're at Scott's house. This is a 68 Coronet, and believe it or not, even though it is a B-body, we have a slant 6 in this car. So, come along with us. Yeah, we got a bright light over here. We're working in the dark. The other guys are changing, about to come out here. We are going to try to see, will this slant 6 start and run? We're going to start out with carburetor, clean that up, suck out the intake, make sure there was nothing that got in there, because it is believed, based on that right there, that this car was actually up near Mount Saint Helens. But we will see how we go. Got all kinds of fun stuff to do. Got terminals put on, spark plugs to pull, check, clean, also points and condenser. So let's get with it. We'll do what we can tonight, and then our prep will bring us in tomorrow.
This power button here.
So now that we've got some light on the subject,
just don't look at it.
I will.
he just did look at mine.
I'm blind.
Can't see what I'm doing now.
I wish I was revved up like a deuce.
So we've got all kinds of stuff we can mess with. I'll start on my part. Scott can keep on his part. Hopefully we don't lose any tools, because I brought plenty of tools.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Did you just lose some real estate?
Possibly.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So he was just going at this real quick, and you should see the junk that is coming off of that. It is just absolutely insane. So after a little bit of sucketh, or suctioneth, however you want to say it, we're going to try to see if this will come apart. Unfortunately, we do not have the proper tool, which
No, we don't.
we all know would be line wrenches, but I didn't pack them.
Oh.
You're tightening it, aren't you?
I'm trying to a little bit. There.
There you go.
There we go. Now, if this particular setup decides to be worthless, we do have a second carburetor we can jump into.
Can you unscrew it from there?
But you know how it is. We actually have more than one person. Oh wow, look, that came out of there.
It'll be fine.
And some more.
Well, that's the things to come. Do you have a
plugged.
All right, we can fix that. Phillips screwdriver.
Phillips screwdriver and a hammer.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
That one's perfect.
Okay, well, funny as it may seem,
If these get stuck, take them and give them a little bit of a smack. They'll break the stuff out of them. But apparently Mount Saint Helens thinks that she's the carburetor repair guru. Like I said, I'm just trying to loosen this stuff up before, because it's a lot easier to hold, or have the car hold it. I'm gonna take the rest off after the carb's off.
Simple little things.
Yeah.
Tricks of the trade.
Can you reach that one?
Is it loose?
I don't want to fall over again.
I think I was throwing the toy for Rusty.
Oh,
Distracted by my dog.
oh, I forgot about that. Hang on. Oh, you're good, but
A little Jesus clip on it.
you will call it that.
It's like, Jesus, where'd it go?
you need
Did I
a.
just have the pliers in my hand?
They got moved.
Am I laying on them? Nope.
Well, they were over here
I got it.
initially. You got them.
Oh, I don't have them. No, it won't go flinging. It's one of those that locks over the rod.
All right, let me.
And it was swinging. I totally lied.
It popped right off. How funny. At least it fell on top of the intake. What is that?
It's in the battery tray, everybody. Remind me later.
Yeah.
It's lost there.
It's in the battery tray, Jason.
Oh, that's not bad.
We're all like, what does it look like?
It's not
Bad at all.
ashy.
That's good
It's
sign.
not ashy. And it does this kind of stuff. That's
That
pretty
looks
handy.
really good, actually.
Working.
That's gonna garbage it.
We're gonna have to track down a spring.
Throttle return spring.
Yes.
Come on, live dangerously.
Live dangerously.
It's a slant 6. It's not like it's gonna run away.
Well, hopefully we don't do a repeat of a certain 273.
I'm hoping I don't do a certain thing of a 318 poly going down the drag strip at Sykeston.
What is that?
A staple.
Looks like it's, yeah.
Why
Is
would
that there for a reason?
Because whoever replaced it didn't take it out of the package. I don't know.
Well, that's definitely gacked up on the. That gasket is actually looks like it's multiple gaskets thick.
That gasket's also in backwards,
Yeah, 'cause
because that notch is supposed to be.
There's a shiny spot right
Yeah,
there.
that
too.
goes. That's supposed to match one of these ports.
Look at the bottom of those ports too. There's junk in that one right here.
Oh, for sure.
And there's definitely junk there.
We have gack, guys. All right, this is gonna come off here. Do you have the vacuum cleaner? I'm gonna suck the rest of this.
The rest of the junk up,
Yeah.
and we will come back
Give me a
when
second.
it's favorable.
And then you just touch that to the positive.
Yes. Can you do me a favor? Can you pull that rag out of the intake? Okay, first thing, gotta do the sniff test. There's so many things. Are the wires for the alternator not touching metal?
Right. They're
They're floating in air,
this one and
as long as they're not bottomed out or anything.
correct. Yeah, you're good. Guess we'll find out.
Okay, basically what we're doing here, we have positive to your starter over there. We have negative over here. And then that is actually your solenoid wire. Normally it would go over there to a relay, which we don't have until tomorrow. So,
Right. So we're just gonna touch this.
let's see if it moves.
Oh, there's no drive shaft.
Sweet.
Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Okay, I
That's
guess
test number one. Guess we probably take that back off and hook up the rest of the ignition system.
yes. And do we want to go through and do spark plugs first? Check them.
I'm thinking we should pull the plugs out and spray something that's lubricating like substance in there, being the thing probably sucked in half of the mountain.
Maybe we can always scope it.
We have scope.
Yes, we do. Okay, we'll be back in a second.
Let's go.
Okay, basically where we're at now is we did. Yeah, you got flames over there. We just used the bore scope, which here's part of the wire. Like a stupid idiot, I bought the longest one possible. And so there we go. That's where we're working on. So we just scoped the first cylinder on the 6-cylinder. And no issues whatsoever. I mean, there's a little bit of scoring on the walls, a little bit of schmutz on top of the piston, but really it's not in bad shape. I was very surprised. This is the spark plug. Yeah, focus. It doesn't want to focus.
You're focusing.
There we go. So, yes, it does have some crud and junk on it, so we will be changing that out. But at least we know what we're getting into from the get-go. Not too bad. Nasty. Well, who am I joking with? Okay, what we're doing right now is we're going through and putting some lubricant inside the individual cylinders. We're down to the last one here. We've been checking different spark plugs. Some of them are looking pretty bad. Some of them really don't. They're looking pretty good. Well, we're working on that. Jason is busy trying to get this carburetor
We're taking
a
bets.
look. Yeah, we're taking bets
What's it
basically.
going to look like inside this bowl? Last time it ran was before ethanol fuel, but also went into a volcano.
And basically, both Jason and I were probably around 3 years old when this thing
1980. We're
was
born in
parked.
77. So what do you guys think?
There's Ash over here just to prove it if we do a short.
Yeah, it's ready.
Yeah, let's see.
I think it's going to look okay. Based on everything else we saw.
You want something bigger?
Nope.
There we go.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Do. There we don't go.
I'm not even recording. I am now. I missed it.
Oh, maybe. What do you think? I know
think
what it
it's
looks like
looking
inside.
good.
It's
There's
not horrible.
That's not horrible. There's some crumbles and stuff in there.
Mouse turds.
Well, the equivalent of
Varnish. Yeah.
there's a bee.
A bee.
I'm dead serious.
How does that get in there?
I don't know. But honest to God,
That actually looks really
it
good.
actually doesn't look bad. Now, these floats are notorious for absorbing fuel. Like the exact thing you'd want in the carburetor is for the float to absorb fuel. But,
Yeah.
you know, there's that. But yeah, I'm just going to...
Yeah, there's some.
I mean, the main jet's not even plugged with crap. Mine was.
Look at the back. Look at back in there. Oh, that's plastic in there. Sorry.
Yeah, that's so... That's
For a minute there, I was-
flashlight on.
No, let's see.
Not looking at it.
There we go.
Don't blind yourself.
I mean, the float moves. The needle's stuck, not surprising. I mean, jet doesn't look bad.
So how would debris get down on the bottom?
The
of
vent.
it?
Like the
Oh, if so.
dauber of
Yeah.
I see.
plugged solid.
That
But
might
yeah, I
explain
think
that bee in there.
I think I
everything
cleaned up.
moves. That moves. We're going to replace it anyways. And the backside of this, I don't know if they kept me, is the,
Is that the accelerator diaphragm? Or something?
yeah, it's kind of like an accelerator pump, like diaphragm dealy bob. This is an economizer. But they're all moving. I mean, I think we're going to be golden.
Well, that'll work.
So I guess I have something to do now. Another 1920-ish.
Yay!
So, yeah,
I can't get away from them.
we're gonna call you the 1920 guy.
Thanks.
If you need a 1920 rebuilt, talk to Jason.
And yes, it is a 1920.
Yes, it is.
They also had a 1945, but I believe that was later. That one, like, more emissions-related cars. I've heard those are even worse than these tune.
All
I
right.
don't know. We're gonna find out though.
And we're gonna come back over here for a second, and yeah, it's looking pretty nasty right there.
Look inside that one.
Yeah, that's the buildup because it didn't have the same type of boot. So,
Well, look at all the stuff that was inside of it. It came out as a whole. Yeah, there's more in there.
all right, well, we'll clean it out, and we'll go back in with the cleaner. All right, coming back. Not quite sure what this all is. There's some worms, some schmutz. I don't know. It's just kind of weird looking, but definitely one of the worst. Come on, focus.
All of
One
this
of the worst ones. So we'll see.
came out of it over here on the fender.
This came out of it on the fender. Okay, time to clean up the sleeve and we'll come back. Okay, where we're at now on this car, because we are jumping back and forth between several vehicles. Jason has the carburetor cleaned out and repaired over here, He's also cleaned up and redid some stuff. Even though it still looks janky, the inside is actually working. We don't have a functioning vacuum advance, but we don't need that to start the car. We just need that if we're driving it. And we currently don't have a drive shaft at the moment, so it's all good. We do know that we have a piece that jumped out over here for the column for the 3 on the tree, which we still need to put back in with a pry bar. And there's still stuff to do, but where we're sitting, everything looks pretty good. We got all brand new spark plugs in. The wires are still there. We know that we still have the same firing order, thankfully. Jason just turned around and screwed up his funny bone.
Humorous.
And so that's where we're at over here. We're getting this thing closer to being running. Because it will run.
It's going to run.
Say that again.
It's going to run.
Say it again.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
That'll work. It's gonna run.
Wayne's
Definitely gonna run. So that's where we're at. Okay, what we've got now is we're actually gonna show Scott and a couple others what we did to test our spark on our new points. I actually ran a hot wire over from the coil over there because we don't want to mess with the other stuff right now. We have a relay that's out, all that kind of stuff. One of the things we're looking at is Jason is going to go right there and he's going to make contact. We got power. And y'all hear that? Y'all see that? Just by moving it just a little bit, I'm getting spark at the contacts on the points. We have spark. We just took it off. Now, we're doing this to start it and to do the initial run, but normally you want it going through your ballast resistor on the Mopars or through your resistor line on your Fords. I'm not sure on the Chevys.
I believe the GMs have a their wire for the distributor is a resistor wire.
As well.
Right.
So to drop the voltage once you're running, because you want 12 volts to start, but it drops it back down when you're actually running your points. Otherwise, you burn up the head of the points. So all we've got to do now, we can put the rotor back on, distributor cap back on. Now we got that. We'll bring out the fuel cell, line up the fuel cell. We got a few more things to do, and then we should be able to try to crank this sucker up.
I mean, Mount Saint Helen didn't melt it.
No, I mean it didn't.
So hopefully this wire doesn't.
The one from my Super B.
It should be getting fuel.
It's a quiet pump compared to the one on Stone Soup.
How would I get a good shot in here?
Yeah, it's dripping.
Well, probably should go the right way, right?
I see fuel in there, and it pumped.
We're spurting.
We actually poured some in there, so I'm going to leave it like that for a moment. When we first do the first start, I'm not even going to let it keep it running for there.
Just run off the stuff in the carbon.
Yeah.
See what fails first.
So
I'm not pessimistic.
No, there's always something that usually happens. Can I have a 1/2 inch wrench?
That's one of them.
Gonna be right there probably.
That's the 7/16.
Okay, so you
Missed it by one.
Still dripping, so.
it's gonna need some fuel. Very first time. You know?
Yep.
Okay, so that one's like that. This one, I want this one to where we can
I need someone else to hold this.
still undo that.
Whoever, doesn't matter. Oh, I have the flash on.
Okay, so this is ignition.
I remember if we're talking.
That was a wrench.
You have a wrench.
Well, I got the starter.
All right, I'm on
Your ignition.
ignition.
Smile.
Ready?
Yep.
Any light.
Not that kind of light. Or maybe. I don't know. It tried to.
It did.
Give it a little bit more?
Yep. Ready?
Hold on, I'm giving it fuel. And.
Come on, baby. Okay, let it sit for a minute.
Hold on. Think? Give it a good.
I don't know if I give it that much of a good. Can I get the? Oh, never mind. I already saw it spray. Let me see in there. Oh, we're
you want
squirting.
A cup? Pour the fuel in. So I can kind of control it going into the carburetor.
Hold on. Okay. Which way's retard and advance on this? Is it clockwise? No,
I
it's
don't
going to be
remember.
counterclockwise
I
because.
can't remember which way it spins.
Is the timing off? The plugs?
Oh, I'm sure it could. Well, the plugs, the fire order's right.
Because
I just understood just a touch.
plug wires got kind of mixed up.
I just moved. No, I checked that
I got
off of the other one, so I moved it just a touch.
Advanced it, retarded it.
Came this way, so.
See what it does. Let's have a look-see. Ready? Ouch. Turn the pump on.
We got some
sorry.
smoke
Too late.
going on. Check out the smoke back there.
Hold on, let me do this.
As long as we don't catch anything on fire, we're good.
So I've got to do two things at once.
Where's the fun in that?
What? Come on, man.
Yeah, burn the car down. Yay, it starts.
Check underneath, see how many leaves are burning. Scout's right behind. Okay.
Got the biggest hole in the muffler.
Ready?
Yep. Got some ring stock for sure. Timing's a little bit advanced.
Go back the other direction.
Yeah, maybe just a touch. Still a little bit.
Okay.
Good thing my ears don't work.
Huh?
Okay.
What?
It smells like something's dead.
You seen some of this stuff come out here? Why don't we start it?
Ready?
Definitely retarded now a little bit. Give this carburetors a touch more. Help us. Holy Mikey.
It's like you're doing a massive burnout. What will it feel?
We advanced the touch. You can't let it run too long, you gotta water it.
All right, I moved it just a touch.
Yes, good smoke.
A one pipe peel out.
I don't think it's a pipe. Oh, it does.
Yeah, for one tire, or one exhaust.
Man, that reeked though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice. You guys are awesome.
1980.
What do you think Kelly's gonna say when she sees that
The bugs are gone?
it ran?
She'll be ecstatic.
Now,
Now she'll be jealous because her car right next to it be like, okay, mine's next. Like, no problem.
yeah, she wants that one on the road.
It runs.
I don't blame her.
It just needs license.
Okay, we're gonna need the relay, the ignition switch.
There's nothing burning under here, is there?
Well, we got the light switches off, but we did find something out. We do have switch on, and that's in place. So, for the first time in a long time, this thing has keys and an ignition switch in it. Now, when we took in tried the lights, of course, we still need to remount the dimmer switch, and that's probably going to need a new dimmer switch from the work. But we actually have things underneath the dash, or underneath the hood as well, back where they're supposed to be.
This place gets
So
wet,
as you
it's
can
gonna
see,
be a muddy mess.
there's a relay back in place. There are some wires that we're not quite sure. So this is still going to be a work in progress, but as y'all saw, engine did run. We're about to try the cooling system. We have a battery or an alternator on there. Battery's there. So this is a lot farther along than it was when we first ran it.